just before the authorities showed up at the scene. What exactly this murky shape is in the background remains a mystery. But viewers can spot it traveling with an unusual quickness. Is it possible this was some kind of spirit entity connected to the accident? Some brief footage from a park officer who was checking out reports about people supposedly conducting some kind of ceremony in the woods. He recorded these unsettling noises. The ranger couldn't locate anyone, and the strange sound stopped after about 10 minutes. He feels haunted by this experience to this day. The footage you're about to witness was captured in a patrol officer's residence after something evil appeared to have followed him home from one of his overnight shifts. Over the past week, he's been sharing on an online community about unusual noises that seem to be coming from his cellar. This situation continues to plague him every evening.
So I was hearing the noises. I'm not going down there. Are you going down? I'm not going down. I don't even shut your... I swear I saw something as I shut the door.
Despite carefully examining the entire lower level, so not a single clue was ever discovered. What's truly frightening is that moments after he walked back to his main room, he confronts this.
Is that shut? Oh, that light's staying on. A couple minutes later, I was looking back to the footage, and the doorway out there, you could see a figure, and then right here when it came out, you could see like a little shadow go past. I'm not really liking it.
It's important to mention that after this disturbing event, he eventually relocated to a different house. Yet he can't escape the sensation that this entity is still connected to him. Perhaps nothing will improve until he resigns from his overnight security position. This video was sent in by Antonio, and it features a security guard who's documenting a really strange event that is taking place in front of the hotel. He states that he's working at that place for many years already, and that he never came across anything like it. Let's take a look.
No se ve nada. No se ve nada. Loco, yo voy ahora.
Intriguing. What could have happened that night?
Asustado pero posta. Hay una mujer al lado del portero eléctrico. Son las 2:30 de la mañana.
As the man lets us know, there appears to be an ominous lady standing right next to the entrance sign, and she doesn't appear to be moving once. A lady in a blue dress with dark hair. Mysterious, isn't it? Could it be a prank? Maybe just a hoax?
Esa imagen nunca apareció. Nunca. Estoy todos los días cada 12 horas.
Then, one last look to confirm that in fact nobody is standing there. What is it in your opinion? Is it a paranormal event that transpired in front of this man's workplace? It's definitely a really eerie thought, coming across a lady that can creep you out like that in the midst of night. The following is an older recording by a couple of friends who were practicing a song together when an uninvited guest made it onto their recording. Now the cameraman seems not to have noticed anything on his camcorder, and the rest of the group just continues to jam along with not a single care in the world. But let's look at that again. To the naked eye, it seems that a figure is standing behind the glass door in the back. Is it the ghost of the former tenant? Could it be anything out of this world? Or maybe it was just a doll that one of their friends was holding up. A security guard was making his usual rounds through the graveyard one night when something caught his attention: movement among the headstones. While trespassers aren't unheard of, what he discovered when he shined his flashlight toward the motion was far more unsettling. The footage shows the moment when his light beam caught something ducking behind a gravestone, but it wasn't any ordinary trespasser. Whatever was peering back at him from behind that headstone left the experienced guard completely shaken. Could it have been someone playing a prank in the cemetery after hours? Or maybe, given the location, was it something more supernatural lurking among the graves? The guard, who's used to working these lonely night shifts, had never encountered anything like this before, and he still can't explain what kind of presence he caught watching him from the shadows that night. This video was initially captured by a traffic camera, which is placed stationary and is filming a particular stretch of road for security reasons. The guard who was operating the system at night noticed that there seemed to be a person walking that on second look did not seem human after all, so he shared it on his TikTok profile, Shamenzab.
Transparente, mira. ¿Veis? Ahí, weón, mira. Ya, mira, fíjate cuando llega ahí.
And then it's gone. Some do say that they see this apparition materialize out of thin air into what appears to be a round shape, but as crazy as it sounds, with a pair of arms, which makes this thing look like it's walking. What can you see? This is either just an artifact caused by the CCTV camera, or they might have captured somebody that was visiting from another realm, in my opinion. I find abandoned hospitals just have something creepy to them by nature, and they attract many urban explorers and enthusiasts who are on the lookout for some thrilling captures. The following clip was shared on the Little Wookie, and it was recorded by a couple of friends who were exploring an abandoned clinic one night, and the area was restricted, so it is impossible for another group of people to walk around, especially in darkness. Watch as a whole group of shadow people is walking past the screen, and viewers suspect that it could have been a whole family that might have deceased in there. It almost looks as if they are carrying some things though. So I can't be sure that these are not just regular people, but it's a bit odd that they're just one black mass and have no lights with them. Let me hear your thoughts, please. This video by Ghosttech Paranormal takes place in an old abandoned rectory school, which has a history dating back to the 1800s. It all began in 1805 when lessons were held in the ancient St. Peter's Church, which has been around since the 6th century. Over time, as more kids wanted to attend, they built a new school with a rectory behind the church. The school served the village and nearby areas faithfully until it closed its doors in 2012. But there are many rumors of paranormal activity, especially sightings of shadowy figures that appear to be children.
If you look behind Mark, a figure seems to move from left to right as Mark walks by.
In this clip, investigator Mark is checking out one of the classrooms when suddenly a shadowy figure comes out of the darkness on the right side and stands right in front of him. Take a look at these screenshots from the video where you can see the shadowy figure better. It looks too tall to be a child. Perhaps this is the spirit of a former teacher or a member of the church.
To check our static cam after we all hear an electronic noise as if the camera had shut down. I look into the next room and in the corner I see a dark cloaked figure. You can just make out what I have seen on my camera just before I jump back in surprise.
Could this have been an actual shadow figure that was caught by chance? During the investigation, the team snapped some photos from the outside of the school, and while editing this episode, an editor noticed that one of the pictures showed a shadowy figure. That looked like it was peering out from inside the doorway of the building. Pretty creepy, isn't it? The following is an interesting clip that has been uploaded by StayRB to the paranormal section of Reddit. The user states that he grew up around his grandparents, who were the owners of a local pub. People always said that this pub was haunted, and some even stated that they saw ghosts in there themselves. Today, RB is sharing a short clip that he could get from the camera of the place. He states, "This is a small clip I have on my phone from the pub's camera. It's showing the man who used to follow me in my grandparents' pub." My grandma always said the pub was haunted, so I'm going with ghost. No one else would have been there at the time in the morning. We can see somebody peeking around the corner here. Pretty creepy, to be honest. His family does believe that this was indeed a paranormal encounter. Of course, there's no proof for this claim. Maybe it was just a creepy guy. But why would anybody do this if it wasn't a staged incident, of course? Who can say? Two police officers responded to a very strange call one night. A local resident had spotted something unusual at the lake. A white figure hovering above the water for 15 whole minutes. This mysterious shape just stayed there. The witness was so disturbed by what he saw that he called the police. What happened next was caught by the responding officers.
Oh, hey.
Hello?
Hello? It's fucking moving. Hello?
Hi.
Are you okay? Hello?
Do you need help? What the hell?
What is it doing?
I don't know. Hey!
Are you alright? Hello? Oh.
Is
Oh my god.
that a woman?
I don't know what it is. Look at me shake. Hello?
Hey!
Are you okay?
Do you need help?
That thing don't have a face.
Are you alright?
What is that?
I don't.
The footage ends there, leaving us with more questions than answers. Did the officers make contact with whoever or whatever was at the pier? While some viewers criticize how the officers handled the situation, others point to something far more chilling. One of the officers claimed that the figure had no face at all. Was this simply someone playing a prank in the dead of night? Or did these officers encounter something that defies explanation? The following is a CCTV recording, which was captured at a military base. The security guard who was in charge of the cameras suddenly noticed that a lady seemed to have appeared right next to a pair of guards who were out on duty that night. What's pretty curious, though, is that the two guards seemingly did not notice the woman after the security officer on the monitors had informed the two men about this strange visitor.
Exactamente ahí donde está haciendo su movimiento ahorita. Adelante, lo escucho.
Ya le abrí aquí la malla al 37, lo dejo que pase hasta del otro lado, lo acompaño al portón y lo dejo que vaya, ¿o qué hago? No hay nada.
Hasta ahí está don Enrique, Cristian.
¿Está atrás de ti, Enrique?
To this day, it's not been clear where exactly this dark shadow came from. Some say it was just a reflection from an object nearby. But the sudden appearance and the fact that even security thought of it as an illegal alien makes one wonder what exactly happened here that night. The video shows a night officer working his shift inside a facility somewhere in Colombia when something very unusual occurs. The guard is conducting his regular rounds when suddenly he appears to greet someone. Or at least that's how it seems. At the beginning of the recording, we can see the guard waving at someone and looking in their direction. But as the video progresses, nobody appears. He seems to be engaged in conversation with an invisible person. As strange as this is, it's the additional context that makes this recording significantly more unsettling. Apparently, the night watchman in this footage claims he was speaking with someone seeking help, an elderly woman asking for directions to a location in the building. But as we can observe in the video, she's nowhere visible on camera. Several minutes pass with the guard still talking to whoever might be there that we can't see. But then, after chatting for a while, he receives a radio call from his colleague that instantly makes him freeze with fear. Immediately, the guard presses the elevator button, hoping it would arrive right away, but then quickly decides the stairway would provide a better escape route. In a terrified rush, he flees and exits the building without ever turning back. It's not certain exactly where the guard went afterward, but judging from his reaction, it was likely far away from this facility. Overall, his fellow employees are convinced this entire interaction was supernatural. Unfortunately, this whole recording remains mysterious without adequate information. These friends are on their way to a paranormal investigation. Their camera picks up a shape that could not be fully explained.
I doubt that. They blocked the road.
Well, what would we do if they did?
You know this is all on camera, right? Yeah, see? Yeah,
Hey, what's up, guys?
Who's gonna be seeing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about like a dead rabbit popped out? Little bunny poo, whacking through the forest.
How far are we from the train?
We're not that far. Hooray!
There's another house right there.
We're good, dude. Don't worry.
Alright, I'm cool, dude.
You're probably like freaking out right now.
I know, I'd be freaking out.
Ooh, look.
Correct.
Here. Oh, it's not as scary as it was during the...
Well, let's wait for them to go a little bit.
There's
somebody there. Is that on video?
No.
There was somebody right there.
Are you serious?
I'm not cheating you.
There was someone standing there?
Yeah.
Come on, talk to the camera. There was someone standing there?
There's some old bald guy.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Was he clear? Could you see him?
Yeah,
Holy
I think...
The following video was captured by two young sisters that recorded something bone-chilling the following night. They live in a pretty old house, which seems to inhabit some ghosts from the past, so they think at least. The family can see weird shadow sightings in the hallways, and of course, these entities also like to visit the children. This night, the two girls were watching a movie together in their room, but one of them thinks to have seen a shadow, which is why she started recording in the first place.
shadows at night, and it's really creepy, and I'm starting to record because I want to prove to you guys that it's actually real. Turn the light on, Hetty. There's nothing. There's nothing. What?
I clearly saw a shadow.
Yes.
Can you see the shadow standing right in front of their bed? Who can say for sure what exactly is living with them in their house? But it's pretty unsettling if it is spooking them like that. While a boy was on a local school tour in his area, he captured the whole journey on his camcorder. Afterwards, he realized that there was something else visible on the tape. The following unsettling recording was shared by a young man on his account Tanu. The story behind this recording goes as follows. The uploader states that his neighbors had moved out of the house in this video just a few weeks after moving in, and that ever since, really strange noises could be heard coming out of the house in the midst of night. And this particular night, they could hear these eerie noises again, and they started filming. Let's take a look.
Mira, ahí está la mano. No hay alguien ahí. Pasa.
Pero no hay alguien. No hay
Pasa.
nadie.
Mira, tranquilo. Pero si quiero grabar, no. Mira, te dejo aquí. Sí, somos la mano.
Oye, si movimos, Aníbal, movimos todo, ¿no? O sea, yo le pego unos palos a la cama, pero no moví.
No, hermano, de mujer.
¿No?
De hombre.
¿De hombre?
Sí.
Pero ¿cómo si le subimos?
Era mujer, la ceja, la
No.
estrella.
Tienes que hacer una investigación, pues te toca.
Habíamos entrado y no había nadie.
Mira, ahí está, la esquina. Mira, la
¿Dónde?
esquina.
No, si no está.
Yo lo mando marcado.
Pero se ve como una sombra así. Uy, ahí está.
No. Ahí está, mira. Ahí está, mira. Hola. ¡Qué chico, madre! Hola, muecha la cara. Muéchala.
Oh, con chico, madre.
Mira, ahí está, mira. Eso, muéchate, eso es.
¿La viste?
¿Le viste, hermano? Mira.
Muéstrate.
Mira, ahí está, mira cómo se esconde.
A chilling silhouette appeared through the window, but what's most striking is that the witnesses claim to have seen the appearance of a child after this. This is a chilling thought, because some people say that if an entity takes the form of a child, it's more likely to be a malevolent entity from the lower astral plane. It is said that they try to gain trust and not to raise suspicion. So you can imagine what the family that lived in this house might have seen, and which might have been the reason for their sudden escape. Who can say for sure what's going on in this abandoned house, though? Now a creepy recording from user LukeQMN, who states that ever since growing up, he felt that something scary was going on at night at the house of his aunt. He had to spend some weekends there ever so often, and to this day he remembers weird noises and creepy things that he had seen there as a kid. Apparently, his aunt is used to all of this activity at this point, and after 10 years, he was invited back to spend another night there. And once again, he was woken up to some really eerie activity.
I'm still hearing voices. Jesus Christ. I hear knocking again. Oh my God.
And this is where the recording ended. Many people are certain that we can hear the voice of a little child here. Is that possible? What exactly could have caused all of this? Is something bound to this old house? Who can say? This family gets disturbed by loud bangs and rambling in the middle of the night. They're so afraid that they decide to gather in the living room.
Venga, niños, venga. Mi esposo ahorita está grabando porque Andy escuchó ruidos en el cuarto y los niños lo sacaron de la habitación y se fueron corriendo con nosotros. Cuéntales, Andy, lo que oíste.
Mami, ella estaba conmigo.
¿Qué te pasó? Viste ruidos, mi amor, y los levantaron. No sé qué hay en
It is unclear what exactly happened at that point, but only a couple of moments later, the door closes by its own.
Porque ya nos han estado espantando varias veces aquí en la casa. Hemos escuchado muchos ruidos. Y ya sabemos que no hay alguien. Vengan acá, vengan acá. Vengan acá porque escuchamos un ruido dentro del cuarto. Y cerró la puerta.
And these unsettling EVPs freaked the family out when watching the recording. This video has been sent by Franklin Andrews, and he states that it was recorded in the south of the United States. Apparently, it features a bunch of friends who were camping one night with a nice bonfire. As they were having fun, one of them heard a strange noise in the distance and saw an inexplicable creature. That's when he started filming.
Guys, what is that?
What's what, brother?
Seriously, guys, there's something. I seriously saw something over there. Tom, did you not see it?
Look at these red eyes. Looks pretty unnatural. Not an animal, I would say.
Tom, guys?
What? Oh my God.
What is that?
Oh my.
That's it. That's it.
A brief moment after encountering it the first time, they see it again, and then it comes towards the man.
What is it, dude? What is it? I don't know. You need to...
Most men then make it over the river, except for one of their friends, and they tell him that he has to make the jump in order to get away from that thing. And to this point they still don't know what exactly is after them. What a strange encounter so far. And after a quick talk, the man decides to jump. Now, what have these men captured in the woods? As I mentioned before, I can't think of anything that has red eyes like that, and it looks pretty humanoid. People pointed out that it could be some form of a rake, but I also think that it's very likely that this is just a hoax played out by the man. Yet again, we can't really say for sure. What do you guys think? Just a mask with red eyes? Or a creature that might be unexplained to this day? Now we want to take another look at TikTok user Face the Light, who documented a haunting at her former family home that involved a shadow man that had terrorized her for a good while. Now it seems that she has moved and things have gotten a bit more quiet, until the day where she started this particular TikTok again.
Maybe when I'm done with it, I can send you this.
On another TikTok, she continues a room tour, on which she talks about the amazing items that she could gather for her new place. Now let's see.
I just wanted to show you my room. This is the bedding I got. This is the duvet that I grabbed from the house. There's all my books that I could not fit on that shelf. I saw in the last video, some really weird stuff has been happening around here. Like I keep hearing like random noises. I don't want to freak you out. I mean, I'm not that worried about it. I mean, it's kind of freaky. But anyways, on a lighter note...
And here the apartment tour continues, and she is aware that these events seem to transpire more and more.
I put the nice towel that you sent me. Thank you.
Who knows? Maybe the thing that was haunting her has moved to the new place with her. And it takes all a pretty dark turn when indeed what other viewers describe as the Shadow Man is making a return and freaks the living bejeebies out of her.
There's someone on the back porch.
Pretty much looks like the same figure, doesn't it? The Shadow Man just stands in front of the window for a while, peeking in and staring at her. Then it appears that he makes it into the house for some reason, and this is where Face the Light takes the last couple of recordings of this terrifying being. Isn't that terrifying?